Hi, and welcome to Mermaid Song Tarot. So glad to have you here. Hi, Aries. This is your month. Happy birthday to all the Aries out there. This is going to be a general reading for the sign of Aries for the month of April. Glad you're here. Thank you so much for taking the time. All right, and as always, of course, this is a general reading for the sign of Aries, sun, moon, and rising signs. So you want to take a look at the other videos for your moon and rising signs to get a more clear, complete picture of how the energy for the month is going to play out for you. And as always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. It is just a general reading. That's the way it goes, and that's the way it's supposed to be. As always, I'd like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, and fabulousness. And I like to ask that the messages be clear and concise and for the highest good of everyone who sees this video. Okay, and this month I am using the Gilded Tarot for our deck. It kind of has, it's very bright and colorful, and if you're looking at my deck wondering about the edges, I actually did that. I edged the deck. It was an older deck and it was starting to look kind of frayed, so I just took some marker to it. I altered my deck a little bit. It also, interestingly enough, made the cards a little stiffer, which was kind of nice. Made it feel like a new deck again. All right, so we are going to do a spread that's basically going to give us 3 cards for your past, your recent past, 3 cards for the present, and 3 cards for what's coming towards you. It all will kind of blend together, so keep that in mind. And keep in mind that even if it's a past card but it hasn't happened for you yet, that's okay. We're just reading the basic energies of what's coming up for the month of April. It's all going to go together. All right, 3 cards, please, for the recent past for Aries. Thank you. All right, those came out quickly. Yay. Okay, we have for your first card the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is a card of course, swords. It has to do with the element of air, and that has to do with our thoughts, mental processes, and our communications. And if we're talking about a person, the Knight of Swords is always going to be somebody who is very swift, very clever. They're a quick thinker, and they're usually a good talker. It can be someone who maybe speaks before they think, and so sometimes their words may seem to be a little bit more biting. They might have a quite sharp sense of humor, so bear that in mind. But it is definitely an energy of moving forward quickly with lots of creative ideas and being able to say the right words, right? All right, then we have the oh so interesting 5 of Cups. Now, the 5 of Cups is an energy. Cups is all about water and our emotions. And the 5 of Cups, I often call this card crying over spilt milk. In other words, those cups represent all of the good feelings and good times that the person has had. And they're sitting there crying over the 3 in the front that are spilled, but completely ignoring that there are 2 that are full behind them. And so this is a card of feeling lack. It's a card of focusing on what you don't have instead of focusing on what you do have. So that might have been an issue for you in your recent past, Aries. All right, and then we have the 4 of Swords. Now, the 4 of Swords, again, here we are with thoughts and communications and mental processes, right? And the 4 of Swords always shows a soldier of some kind. In this case, it's a knight. And they're literally lying down. They haven't taken their armor off. So the battle is, the war is not over. Whatever they're battling with is not complete yet. They're just taking a rest. It is a respite. And it's a respite of the mind. It signifies resting your mind and stop the treadmill of your thoughts, right? So all 3 taken together, we see an energy of some swift thinking and then kind of wallowing in the emotions and then taking a rest from it. So Aries, I would say that in your recent past, there's probably been a time of big action, perhaps coming up with creative ideas or implementing strategies, or you're interacting with people in communications. And then there's a bit of, wow, I'm overworked. So this could possibly be a situation of being overworked and needing to take a rest from that. It could just mean that you've had a really heavy time mentally, and it's time to sort of take a break from that and stop dwelling on what didn't happen or what you don't have or how it didn't work out, and instead focus on what you do have, and focus more on your goals and what you want instead of what you don't want. Ooh, okay, a card already came out. We're looking for 3 cards for the present energy, please. That first one came out really quick, and now it's going a little slower. Isn't that always how it does? All right. We are moving into your sign, Aries, and Aries being the first sign of the zodiac is going to be the sign where, you know, it's all about new beginnings and spring and the flowers and the snow's melting and all of that. So it is a time of new beginnings. Okay, so for your present energy, Aries, we've got the 8 of Wands. Now, Wands energy corresponds to fire, and also our actions. It's primarily actions. Can do a little bit with spirituality, but basically Wands always indicate some sort of action or passionate drive. The 8 of Wands specifically speaks to all of your actions being towards a single goal. Notice that all of those wands are all pointing in the same direction. They're all flying in the same direction like arrows, right? So this 8 of Wands indicates there's still work, there's still action to be done. Whatever your goal is, now is the time that you need to be pretty single-minded about it and start really focusing all of your actions, your words, your thoughts, your deeds, all on that thing that you are trying to create, your thing that you're trying to make happen. And here's your caution, your 5 of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles corresponds to this element of earth, so it always has to do with all of our resources. And we see here that the people in this card don't seem to have a lot of resources. They're cold, they're hungry, they're outside of what looks to be a church or a sanctuary of some sort, but they aren't going inside. They're not asking for help. They're preferring to remain mired in their lack. So interesting that this is right underneath the 5 of Cups. So I'm going to say to you, Aries, that there's probably an element here. Some part of you is focusing on what you don't have, either emotionally or even just looking at your resources and going, hey, I don't have the job that I want, or the money that I want, or the relationship that I want. I don't have these things. I want those things and I don't have them. And all you're looking at is what you don't have. And that is not energetically a good place to be, because if that's what you focus on, the universe goes, wow, you're giving that a lot of attention. I'm going to send you some more. And that's just what we don't want. Then your next card is Page of Swords. Now, Page of Swords, pages are always messengers, and they indicate new beginnings. So I find this encouraging because this is a progression. It tells me that when you start doing all of your actions towards what you want and you get yourself out of that lack mentality, now you're going to have a new beginning, a new way of thinking, a new clarity, right? So take a look at this. So we've got the 8 of Wands, then we've got this lack, and then we have the new mentality. And with that also, you've got the 4 of Swords, and right underneath it, if you take a break and stop worrying about all this stuff, now you get new clarity, right? And the pages can also indicate perhaps a new idea, a new way of thinking, a new way of looking at something. It can also indicate, I just heard, get really honest with yourself. That's good advice for everybody, not just Aries. All right, let's take a look at, we need 3 cards, woohoo, for what's coming towards Aries in April, please. Ooh, some good stuff. I like it. Okay, we'll take that one since you had to flash at me there. All right, your first one is awesome. This is the 10 of Cups. This is the happy family card. This is the card of all wonderful thoughts and feelings and all that mushy stuff. It has to do with all those lovely feelings of being loved and loving, and having those people around you, your family, and just pretty much everything that you could desire coming to you. I like this. It is directly underneath the 8 of Wands. So you've got a progression here. Your vertical progression is Knight of Swords, 8 of Wands, and then the 10 of Cups. So it looks like this action that you're putting forth is going to have really good results. I like this a lot. Then your next card coming towards you, Aries, is the fantastic 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is your victory card. It is the parade being held in celebration of your accomplishments. This is also a card to say, hey, when you have something that you have achieved, you need to take the time to celebrate it. You need to take the time to really acknowledge what you have accomplished. This is key to happiness. It's when we just accomplish something and then we rush on to the next thing that we don't feel the satisfaction of actually having reached a goal. This is a wonderful card to get, and I love that with the 10 of Cups. And then your last card is the 3 of Wands. So this whole row is actually a row of victory. However, the 3 of Wands is in the beginning of it, and the 6 is farther. It doesn't matter that they're out of order. What it shows to me is that you have more than one goal that you're wanting to achieve. So in the month of April, Aries, you're going to see some success on some of your goals, but you're still going to be working towards more. The 3 of Wands is always about choosing a path. The path has been chosen, and you start to put in the work on that particular path, and then your ships start coming in. So what I'm seeing here in the progression of this reading, Aries, is that you're going to achieve a measure of that happy family and those good feelings. You're going to be celebrating some victories, but you're also going to have your sights set on what's your next thing that you're going to be working on. And that's okay. Just make sure you stop and smell the roses. Smell the roses of your victory garland and get yourself out of that lack mentality. Take a look at this row. So we've got the 5 of Cups, and we've got the 5 of Pentacles, and when you get out of that, you get the 6 of Wands, the victory. So the focusing on what you don't have is not going to get you any closer to your goal. In fact, it will hold you back from it. So whatever it is that you're wanting to do, Aries, it's going to be key for you to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And then this final progression that we see here, we've got the 4 of Swords, then we've got the Page of Swords, so a new way of thinking and getting really honest, and then now we're moving towards our new goal and our ships are coming in. So I like this for you. This is a really positive reading. Just a caution there, not to wallow in, woe is me, I didn't get the job, or I didn't get the person, or whatever it is you didn't get. But to really focus on what it is that you want, and then take action. Just saying, hey, I want this, isn't going to make it happen. Our shadow card is the Queen of Cups. The shadow card is the card that's at the bottom of the deck, and it represents the energy of the whole reading. Now, the Queen of Cups, she is a lady who is in charge of her emotions. She is compassionate, kind, and caring. And, she rules her emotions. and she is good at showing them or expressing them in the appropriate manner. And she's all about feeling good and going with the flow, right? Because she is cups, and that has to do with water. So there's going to be an element of go with the flow this month, Aries. It's not going to all be drive forward, drive forward. The energy is going to be a little bit more loosey-goosey than maybe you like. That's okay. We all need to learn how to have some of the qualities of all of the signs of the zodiac. All right, so I'm going to pull a oracle card for you. I'm doing the Whispers of Healing oracle deck this month. The artwork is by Josephine Wall. You might be familiar with her artwork. She's got lovely art. It spoke to me, and it looked like spring. So here is your card, and you got well-being. Ooh, it's so pretty. All right, there's the well-being card, card number 21. And let me see what jumps out at me here. Having an upbeat nature doesn't just happen. If you would like to enjoy your life and maintain a positive outlook, it is important to take an enthusiastic approach. Staying positive and appreciative through life's dilemmas can prove difficult. Examine your approach to life. Reflect on how your lifestyle and worldview impacts your attitudes and behaviors. Once you have clarity in these areas, you can let go of what is not effective and make change toward your wellness. Well, for heaven's sakes, I can't pick that any better. That goes right along with that Page of Swords, and also with the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Focusing on what you want and not what on you don't want. All right. Overall, Aries, I think this is a really good reading for you. I really like it, and I hope you do too. If you do, please hit the like button, share it with somebody who might appreciate it, and subscribe so you'll know when the new videos are coming out. I hope to be putting out more content as we go along and I get in the groove of this. Thank you so much for being here, and many blessings.